Do it, motherfucker. Do it. What's up? I'm Cleary. So today I wanted to look at another one of It'sAGundam's videos. Now, the last time I did this, his fan base did not seem to like it very much, but that's not going to stop me. I'm going to brave that dark wilderness. I'm going to fucking go in guns blazing. I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready. It'sAGundam's channel seems to be like a weird holdover from like the anti-SJW YouTube days. Like when the bones of all the other anti-SJW channels, disintegrated, dust in the wind. His was miraculously preserved. So us modern men could take a look and see what things were like in those dark and backwards times. This one is like the perfect example of what I'm talking about. He recently uploaded this. It's called Star Wars is Saved. The Force is Female. It just screams like classic, like 5-6 years ago, anti-SJW stuff, like almost like Thunderfoot stuff. So yeah, I wanted to check it out, see what he's got to say.
In a world where nothing matters anymore. In a series that you wish to God would... I'm serious. All
right, here, I'll say real quick. I feel the exact same way about Halo. It should have died as soon as Bungie let go of it. 343 should have never continued it. It's like one of the biggest video games of all time, so it was never going to just, die in a nice sort of way, but I still wish. I still wish it had.
Star Wars, can I say I want Star Wars to... Probably not. YouTube will probably swoop in and go, we think that Star Wars is a living, autonomous being that deserves a chance to live. And I say no. Pull the plug. Pull it now. Well, anyway, Charmin, I'm not even going to learn the rest of her name because I don't care. As CNN puts it,
hashtag bisexual woman of color.
A woman of color that got 2 Golden Globes or something. Like we're supposed to care.
Wait, seriously? Golden Globes are like, that's a pretty serious thing. Like, how is that a nothing to you? Like, seriously, what have you achieved that even comes close to, like, a Golden Globe? Way to just, like, trash people's fucking accomplishments, dude.
To direct a Star Wars film, it's set to be released in 2026. You can say that the Force is strong with this one.
I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special. And we're in 2024 now. And I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
It's over. We are screwed.
Okay, real quick. I've never gotten this. Like, on a fundamental level. So what if the main character is a woman? Does it really matter that much? Also, representation has proven to be a very positive thing for many people. So I just don't understand what the problem is.
And we're in 2024 now. Well, no shit. Well, we've just confirmed that Kathleen Kennedy is actually a dude, apparently. Because everything that came with her didn't count. We have had years of female-focused Star Wars. Remember the Force is female? And how they tried to force you to like it?
I was very excited to kind of be that because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal, so it was kind of cool to have like this
sort of woman-centered figure.
Woman-centered is weird. That's weird way to put it.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
The recent Star Wars films have been nothing short of a travesty of cinema and American culture.
I know a lot of people have had a problem with some of the changes that have been made to Star Wars over the past few years. I think a couple things are going on with that. One, I agree that like woke stuff at least has a perception of being kind of cringe or like ham-fisted. It's just like bad writing. The thing is, what you have a problem with there is the bad writing, not the woke stuff. If something's written poorly, like, yeah, of course it's going to come across as like cringy or whatever. It's because it's bad writing, not because what they're trying to express is inherently like a cringy thing to talk about. Secondly, Star Wars is a super old series. It's got a lot of older fans. So a lot of them are going to look at the newer stuff and think that that's not even close to how good it used to be, right? It's just, yeah, it's kind of a bias we all fall into as we get older. Like the stuff back in my youth was better than the shit today. And that the last thing I think is going on, to at least a certain extent, is some people really do just straight up have a problem with a woman being the protagonist of Star Wars. Why? Who cares?
Cringe. People look at the new Star Wars like 3 episodes of COVID. How come the Star Wars films are so long and they told you a story that didn't matter? And the irony is, they killed off the 2 dudes that lived, And the lady that died is the one they kept alive.
Okay, on the face of it, I didn't watch the movie, so I don't know. That does sound really weird. That does sound like bad writing. Once again, bad writing. That's what you should criticize, not the ideas.
Headlights praying to God that there would be some sort of transition and something happening. And the only thing that continued to happen was shit going completely and utterly off the rails as she smiled nervously into the camera.
Why are we pretending that Star Wars hasn't been female-led forever? You've got Rey's trilogy. Oh my God, don't even get me started on Rey. One of the worst written Star Wars characters ever. Literally everything the chick did, she was the greatest. The only Jedi that needed no training.
Hold on. Okay, a couple things. First off, once again, like you just said, it's the writing you don't like, not necessarily the fact that they're introducing a female lead, right? So just, yeah, criticize the writing, not the whole, like, the Force is, female thing or whatever. Secondly, I've heard very, very similar complaints about Luke. He's kind of, I forget the term, but a main character that's just like amazing at literally everything they do. Whatever that is. Mary Sue, is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Anyways, I've heard the exact same complaint levied at Luke. So at the very least, if you have that complaint, you got to be consistent.
Who thought this up? Oh, that's right. They didn't have a plan. And then they admitted it years after all the movies
poor
came
planning,
out.
poor writing. Like, yeah,
we're playing it by
that's
ear.
why you should be
And
criticizing.
then we gave it to J.J. Abrams, who literally couldn't direct his way out of a wet paper bag. And you can quote me on that. Look what the dude killed Star Trek and Star Wars, and everybody still pretends like this dude isn't a f***ing joke.
He's out of line. But he's right.
Okay, I'm sorry, real quick. Bringing in a clip of somebody like agreeing with you or whatever, that's a little cringy.
Weren't represented. Well, I'll be goddamn.
I think at the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism. And every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there. And I think that as a storyteller, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl.
Kill me, please. I want to die.
Nothing's more real.
Like, once again, there's no inherent issue when it comes to, like, representation for females in media. There's not in it, like, a fundamental issue with that. Woke stuff can be introduced in a way that is, like, natural, that works within the story you're trying to tell. I fucking bet. I bet you anything. If there was like a fucking movie that like aligned with his politics, but it was done in like a really ham-fisted, like poor writing, cringy way, he would fucking love it. He would love that fucking movie. Anyways, yeah, It's a Gundam just kind of screams pathetic to me in a few different ways. Anyway, this has been Cleary shitting on It's a Gundam again with Cleary, and I love you guys. Bye-bye.